I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Silver Boys Man. I'm your host, Terry, Mr. King. And today, I got a groundbreaking episode coming to y'all live here. I'm not going to say the location, because I'm not going to say who I'm with. We're actually going to, this is a pleasure conversation I had with this person not too long ago. And it was real educational, and I felt like it was something that needed to be heard and everything. But I'm going to allow Anonymous to say hey and introduce, well, not introduce herself, but say hey.
Well, as you mentioned, we're just here to have a conversation, a very respectful conversation about culture, perhaps jump into details about certain taboos that people are not open. Of course, keep in mind everything again is with respect. Why I'm not showing my face, not because I'm scared. Once again, it's out of respect. I definitely cannot say I represent something if I'm not living by it. That's saying culture or religious wise.
Facts. Facts. Hold on. Real quick, everybody. Hello. Hey, Mr. Mike. Hey, I'll be there tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Yep. Well, 10 o'clock. My bad. I'll be there at 10 o'clock. Yes, sir. My bad, everybody. That part will be edited out anyway. But yes, we're gonna do everything respectfully because I know how it is when you stand for something. You gotta have the respect for what you stand for. But let's go ahead and get started. Like the stereotypes that they have about your culture and your religion.
Okay, so you ask away.
Because I feel like it's a two-sided coin because, like, I feel like I have a stereotype about Americans because it's based off what we see in the media, in the news, and the movies, and the same thing we got with Muslims. We have the same stereotype.
Just keep in mind that you're not getting information from someone that
Yeah.
it's 100%,
Yeah.
but I will give you, living by that, by the religion. And absolutely, I'm not the one that, for example, Christians have pastors,
Exactly.
which is nothing bad, or Catholics have priests, etc. I'm not the person, I'm not the religious person that, but as you mentioned, you're here to ask certain questions about the culture, the religion, the beliefs, and you ask away, basically, what do you want to know? What is what is the elephant in the room?
I feel like, all right, because most Americans, not me, because I set people for who they are and what they were, or, don't try to stereotype people, because as black people, we get stereotyped as well. But most people, like I see a lot of Americans, as soon as they see someone from the Middle East, they get like, oh, they get scared. They think, oh, you're a terrorist or something like that. But I say that's bullshit in my viewpoint.
It all depends on what is it that you define terrorist. What is really a terrorist? Someone with a hijab? Is it someone with some genes like the ones you have?
Yeah.
Terrorist does not, it means someone that does evil. It does not mean that it's certain religion. You got certain religions that there's good people and there's bad people, and unfortunately it's like when they say, hey, the devil is dressed as a sheep. It's hiding. I could be the devil, and be talking about God and stuff like that. You never know.
You never know.
Do I have to have something around me that represents that I'm from Saudi Arabia, or I'm from Mexico, or I'm from El Salvador, or I'm Catholic, or I'm Jewish? What is it?
Because I realize, like, over history, like, religions has played a big part in, like, a lot of things. Because they let's go back to World War III. They discriminated against the Jews because they try to make pictures of them by the nose and stuff. But, like, at the end of the day, I was like, what difference is well, there is differences in religions, but that shouldn't be a defining factor on how you treat somebody. And I feel like y'all get mistreated the most when it comes down to religions of people coming over to America.
I don't think that.
You don't think that?
I really don't think that.
All right, you gotta enlighten me a little bit. Why not?
I don't see it. I mean, as far as how do you see it? In what point of view? You tell me something. For example, how do you see that? Because if somebody goes to the airport, it's the same rules for everybody.
Yeah, but I see people get singled out a lot more if they're a melanated or a different
Or affiliated.
with stuff just by how they look versus how, you know.
I will tell you this one thing that I have noticed, you know, hey, I want to be safe. You don't want to be safe in wherever you're at, whether it's in America or it's in Mexico. Don't you want to feel safe?
Of course.
Don't you want to feel safe? So this is how I see it. It all depends on the point of view. If you don't have anything to hide, what's the problem? Especially if it's gonna make your place safe.
Yeah.
You know, perhaps, you know, because of whatever happened years ago, they determine that, you know, they go based on that. I'm gonna give you an example based on nothing that has to do with religion, but what I have experienced being with an Arab man, right?
Yeah.
That, you know, before I would travel, and yes, nothing, I would never get checked. But once I started traveling and they knew I was affiliated with this person, there's every time I would go through they would need to check me. But it was a female, it was never a male, and it was always very respectful. And I don't know if they don't know, but hey, we have the right to say, hey, I don't want to be checked. And you just have to go through different things. It's right there in writing, but I would say that.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I ain't know that.
You,
well, I know.
This is little things, see,
that
we don't know. So everybody, please, you cannot show my face. When you guys go through the airport, I know we don't want to read, but if you're on the phone, on social media, please read. So if they say, hey, we need to check you, it says there, hey, if you request, like you don't want to be checked, you don't have to be checked. But it's going to be more difficult. Do you want to lose your flight? But we do have rights. So like, I think that it goes back to like just stereotypes. You know, yes, we could go back. Unfortunately, that 9/11 thing is gonna go back, maybe hunt certain people forever. But I mean, it's just how you turn things around. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that other people get stabbed. What other places get stabbed? I think Colombians have a lot of problems too, no?
But not even just that. I look at America and just in general, like the most if we had to go by race and religion that mostly terrorized America, is actually white and like Christians, like Catholic or whatever. They all under Christian banner, but like Christians, and because look, even like the Ku Klux Klan, which I feel like is a terrorist organization, they believe in God. They believe on the Christian law, and like they practice. But that's
but
like
it goes back to everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if whatever that is. I don't know if it's a religion, but I think that man, it's not the religion, it's the culture. Man change it, right? Yeah. I mean, you want to get into religious. I don't know. You know, the last thing I mentioned, I don't want to get no hate, but hey, I believe in one God and one God only, and I'm not here representing just a certain culture. I'm representing a human being, that there's good in everything, and you know, there is something. And I will tell you that, you know, I'm not an expert and it's just my opinion, but hey, if you really read the Quran, which is only in Arabic, but it is translated, it's actually one of the only books that has not been changed. And there's proof of that has not been changed.
Like, how many times the Bible's been changed? I remember you told me.
I was telling you this, right? And
you
know, again, it goes back to, you know, just an opinion, but hey, I'm not here to discriminate anyone or change anybody. It's just my point of view. But come on, how many times? Too many times. I don't want to count them. And by all means, like, just read one book and then look at the New Testament, look at the Old Testament, and it changes. It even changes what the story was. or how I went about, you know, like what I like, you know, and I'm not claiming to be this perfect religious person, but you know, I feel like I identify more with with this certain belief, you know, and I believe in one God and one God only. I believe in a God of love, and there's nowhere in the Quran that says God is going to punish you or God did all this, because it talks about it in the book in the Bible, right? It talks that God punished I don't know what and
that's the Old
destroyed.
Testament. I know.
I'm not
The
sure.
wrath of God or something.
You know, I probably should be talking facts and should know, but hey, I know what I grew up reading and learning about and seeing the difference. Because you know what? Not that I question my faith, but hey, it's always good to question what is it, what is that, or to learn. But by all means, like I told you, am I here to change you or tell you you're wrong or you're right? It's what's in your heart. But you could never go and say, hey, I didn't hear about this or I didn't know about that.
Yeah, because literally I say the biggest thing to divide us in this country is race and religion. And like we have our strong opinions about our own beliefs. And like everybody entitled to their own belief, but I feel like this is the point where most people be like, "Oh no, if you're not a Christian, you ain't." I'm like how are you gonna tell somebody how they should believe in God versus if someone was doing the exact same thing to you, you would feel like they're pointing you out. So I agree. I feel like most people just need to start allowing people to have like. They got their own viewpoints for a reason.
For example, this is what I don't understand. For example, you know, like we're here to accept the gay rights.
Yeah.
Or correct me if I'm wrong, LGBT, right?
I call them alphabet mob.
No, well, we are here to accept all these diversities. So, hey, why is it so hard to accept? Hey, if you're Christian, if you're Catholic.
Yeah.
You know, if you're, whatever, as long as you're not harming any children or any animals, you know, hey, but, you know, you don't want none of that. I don't see what's the problem. You know, we're not allowed to say God's name in a school.
But it's so crazy.
But we're allowed to say, hey, I identify as this or as that.
Yeah. And look, I feel like back in the day, I remember because I was in 4th grade or 5th grade.
And God we trust.
And God, when we stopped saying that, when there's like, oh, other people with different religious beliefs. I was like, if you talk about Muslims, I'm like, they believe in God too. It's
they believe in Jesus.
Exactly.
Muslims, if you can't be a Muslim if you don't believe in Jesus.
I was saying like really, I'm like, you know, they're saying the same thing and they worship the same person. They just saying the Arabic, I don't want to mispronounce it.
What is it?
The translation, like is in the Quran, what is it? Right?
Arabic.
In the Arabic language, I was like, Allah translate to God. So just because it sounds different.
You know, the only difference, and as I mentioned, you know, is just from what I know. Yeah. You know, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but God does not have a face. I've never seen God before. You know, I don't know if he has blue eyes or what he has, but I know he's most gracious and merciful. You know, he loves me. He loves me whether, you know, I'm covered or I'm not covered. Yeah. You know, it is a choice. And it goes back to what we talked about, right?
I feel like this. Because always growing up, they always seen a picture of this white Jesus when I was growing up. And it kind of disrupted me because I'm looking at this, in the back of the Bible, they always have a picture of a map. And later on in life, I realized that's Africa.
Well, they said Jesus was in Jerusalem.
Exactly.
And that's hot, people. And it's very hot over there. And God,
and what people look like from that area?
Huh?
What do the people look like from that area?
Well, they have hair, like, yeah, and they are dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, and like later on in life, they found out that was actually the artist who drew the picture. That was his gay son, and that they depict her as Jesus. So I was like, man.
goes back to man, you know.
Exactly.
And that's, I think we all have choices, you know. At the end of the day, I can't judge you.
Yeah.
I can't point a finger.
Yeah.
Remember we talked three
Yeah.
point right back at you. So I'm not here to judge, but I am here to say I do believe in a God, and one God only one God, and I praise Him. And you know, I pray every day that I am a better person, and God willing, you know, everybody gets something out of this, but it all comes back down to choices. To choices. You're not gonna be forced to do this or force that. You know, a lot of people say, hey, certain women cover, yeah, but it's not forced. And if it's forced, then you're not doing it
Out of your love.
out of your heart. It has to be, you know, I know women that I just hear it and I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that. You know, like their love, like, but it's true. What we were talking about the other day.
The culture.
Not only the culture, like you want your woman for everybody to see her?
No.
Like how you want them to see what shape is her bottom rear or her top. And maybe, you know, I'm the wrong person to talk, but it comes back to choices. Yeah. Like I told you, do you find diamonds on the floor?
Hell
absolutely.
If I found a diamond on the floor,
we all be balling.
Hey,
no, so hey, that goes back to that. Like what you love, you want to protect. Yeah. You want to make sure it's taken care of. Yeah. Like you don't want to share that with the world, but it all goes back to how, you know, there's a difference between
the belief system.
The beliefs, it all goes back to what we said, respect. You know, respect and.
Because it all comes. That's why I feel like it all come down to it. Because like, I learned this. I can respect people for their differences, and they can respect me for mine. Because like, I feel like respect is above love at the end of the day, because it's something that's you got to work for, and when you lose it, it's just like.
And we talked about that too. Respect is everything. Like, if there's no respect, there's no love. Possibly you could think it's love, but how can you love something that does not respect you? It doesn't make any sense, right? But it all goes back to, hey, like, you know, how you grew up. You know, I'm not saying I grew up in a perfect environment, but it's all how those certain people are used to certain toxic relationships. But this goes back to what we talked about. Sometimes you get to know your private parts before you even get to know the person, and then you see the ugly after the fact.
And then that's why, like, I remember you telling me, like, the divorce rate from American culture then to
like Arabic culture, if you look it up, it's very rare. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen, it happens, but it's very rare. And I'm not saying Americans in general. I think in general humans, like you have to like get to know the person
before.
Yeah, all that happens.
But did you have an arranged marriage? Because I remember you was talking about.
Yes, but see, this is the thing. It's not even about the range, because it all depends to the cultures how they go about it.
Okay.
Remember, and these is things you guys could find out online. Hey, it goes back to certain cultures. Hey, you are allowed to see. Hey, I want to see what this person looks like. But hey, there's no such thing like, hey, let's go out on a date, or let's kiss before. There's none of that happening until you're actually married to that person. And I think that's the way it should be. You know, we wouldn't have these problems. I'm not saying that culture is right, but you have Mexican people doing that. You have whites doing that. It goes back to morals. Yeah. Like, why would you want a child to grow up without its father or its mother? Like, it's supposed to be a home. I mean, it happens. Things happen. But I think the rate, it's much lower. And I don't want to just say Americans, I just think in general. Yeah. If you look at it.
Yeah, I can understand that one. Because,
like, people want to divorce.
It's real important. It's because, like, I'm a single father raising my son, mother not there, and I know how important it was for me back when I was growing up. Like, I had my mother there, but not my father. And it's like a part of me was always missing because I never had that thing. Even though I have other male figures around, I know that's not my dad. So it's like, I feel like I was still missing a part that was implemental in my growth that I had to find out on my own later on. So I understand completely, like, that's why I look at, like you said, Latino culture and like the Latin culture, the Arabic culture and everything. Like the way they set things up is like, bro, it's not just one of them; it's all of them, and it's a family oriented.
I don't even want to say, because you know you do, you know, like being Hispanic, you know, I know, like, but I noticed that the Arabic community people, they stick together.
And Hispanics at times, I feel like it's like this. If you're Mexican, like boom. But you're like, oh, screw them Puerto Ricans, and then the Dominicans.
I think that it all comes back down to greed. We don't see how we possibly could grow. If we will all just unite, things will be so much different.
Actually, we are the majority. If you put...
Well, you look at the votes. Let's go back, and I know, like, we're going to get, like, hate. I'm like, politics. Exactly. You know, like, let's go back when Obama, like, look the youth. Yeah. The most votes that ever, I think, have, like, you know, the young community started voting, regardless of what choices, you know, they went for. But we have never seen so many votes. Yeah. So it all goes back to uniting. We have all these sources. Hey, social media, TikToks. We see women shaking their butts. Come on, ladies, all day.
Facts.
Come on, like, okay, do you, whatever makes you happy, but why not inform good information out there? Why not say this is happening?
True.
You can put it while you're shaking your butt too if you want, but
hey, some guy, they're gonna be like, oh, what she said, I'm gonna do it right now. Because like, if you look on social media,
we are put as ignorant people. And I'm going to go back to my Hispanic people. Hey, come on. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm not here to belittle any woman, any man, because men be shaking their butts too.
That's some questionable stuff, dude. That's some questionable stuff.
Whatever, you know, you got to do. But hey, why not show that we're more than just that? You could be shaking your butt too, but hey, giving knowledge. Yeah. You know, I'm not here to say pinpoint. You do your hustle, do whatever makes you happy and makes you sleep good at night.
Use the platform you got to spread.
But inform, you know? Inform,
Be more, because that's why I respect by LeBron James. Like, he's more than like they say, more than an athlete. Because, like, he don't just, he use where he's at to help other people get out.
Right, inform and see. So certain people that perhaps don't like, that's a basketball player, right? Yeah. They don't like basketball, don't follow basketball, but hey, if I know a certain person is doing this, you think I don't want to be part of that? At least my point of view, you know? Exactly. It's just like, that's the way we're going to grow as a community. But hey, if they just has us, hey, that all we're good for is shaking our butts. With all respect, that rapper, what's his name? Future. Yeah. He talks about illegal drugs and Molly, Juani, I don't know who it is. Exactly. And, you know, and like, why? Our children are listening to this.
And until like I always listen.
My respect. Hey, get your hustle. But hey, why don't you let them at least know, hey, but in reality, if you do this shit, you're going to end up dead with no fucking brain. Because you're not going to be balling with no chains like he is. Exactly. It's facts, but...
It's actually I've realized all music these days promote the same thing. Yeah. Because like, until you translated the music from the Latin music, I was like, wait, what? It's saying that.
It's cool, like you dancing, but then you hear something like, hey, let's drink tonight. And let's just get down and
like Bruno Mars, baby. Hey.
And not only that, but that's what sells and that's what's happening.
Yeah. I feel that's why like a lot of the artists that don't promote that, that's why they're not on that platform, because as a society, the government don't want them to.
And perhaps they don't have to, but hey, can you at least do something? Yeah. Like educate on something.
Do something. Exactly.
But my whole point is, all this goes back to, hey, we're only good to what? To be thugs and sell drugs in the hood? Because that's what they portray. That's what they're portraying.
Especially for black people.
Yes.
And actually, black people, Latin people.
The minority. Let's put it out there. The minority. That's how they. And you know what? There's good also. There's also good, but that's how they portray us, and that's the way they.
Same thing in different countries. I feel like that's how you. Like you was telling me about like how people look at black people from America over there. They think we just thugs and everything.
Yeah, like, you know,
because that's all they see.
Like, you know, they think, hey, it's just thug life. But what happens? This is overall. You go to Mexico, what do they think? Yeah. It's the cartel.
Yeah.
You go to El Salvador, which is, it happens, but there's more. America is beautiful.
But America is the biggest.
Emirates is beautiful. Hey, Dubai is beautiful.
Yeah. But I feel like America alone is the biggest downfall for America, because we pump more drugs into our streets than anybody else. And to be honest, it ain't really always the black or the minorities. It's the majority half the damn time. But they don't put that out in the media. And
to be honest with you, when it comes to drugs, all I gotta say is say no to drugs, people, please. But, you know, yes. I do support certain canvases for treatment. There's like people that have certain issues, health issues that need it, but hey, it's not about abusing, right?
It's about using it
if you need it, not for, not appropriately, yeah, but you know.
So let's talk about the culture.
Okay. So, what do you want to know?
All right, because I'm intrigued. Because like you were talking about the respect thing in the culture and everything, that's why you don't want your wife to show her body, that's why they cover it and everything else too. What is one of the things that you feel like people mislead about your culture? Or miseducated about your culture?
I would say about the religion or being, okay, so let's go back to what we were talking about, how a lot of people say, hey, a lot of girls say, I want an Arab man. Yeah. You're not just going to go shop for an Arab because they give you everything and they're rich and this, that, and that, right? Yeah. It's not what they show on TikTok, women, or they say, oh, they beat on their women, or it's like everything. There's domestic violence cases within blacks, Hispanics, whites, overall, but you are taught, you know, like the religion teaches them that they are supposed to respect women. Yeah. You're supposed to treat, like you came out from a woman, right? Oh, your mom is a woman.
Yeah. I came out of a woman, but I came out of a van first. Yes.
True, you need both, but what I'm trying to say, why wouldn't you wanna
respect the women?
Exactly. I don't think it should take for you to be, you know, a certain religion to know that.
I feel like a lot of reason why a lot of men are slow down with the respect, because how women are respecting themselves these days. It plays a big part.
Explain that. Is it because of the way they dress?
I mean, I ain't gonna say the way they dress. Mm-hmm. It's their whole mindset. Okay. Because for them to come to a man, they expect him already to be a husband. But you're not a wife. You give me bare minimum. So don't be mad if I give you bare minimum because the effort you're giving upon me. But I feel like that comes with like maturity though. A lot of these people just got this immature mindset, like the hot girl summer type ordeal. They're like, oh, hot girl summer, la 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 la. I was like, that's not cute. To me, it's like, that's not cute. I'm like, I don't mind what you wear. Like, I want you to feel confident in whatever you wear. Mm-hmm. But
what do you guys think, boys? Is that cute? Hot summer. What is that? Hot summer girls.
Hot girl summer.
I don't even know about it. I don't be doing it, so I don't know how it goes. Hey, am I right? But it goes back to choices. And you say wifey material. Yeah. What is a wife? You know, we're gonna. I don't want to get like,
and there's a
hey,
stereotype
like,
of what.
like stereotype. One, you shouldn't be playing wife if you're not wife.
And that's why I said a guy should not be playing a husband if he's not the husband.
But then it goes back to like, if you're not ready, if you're dating, I don't know. My opinion, if you're dating, is because you're ready to build a family.
Most people don't do that these days. I think people date just because they're scared to be alone, versus to actually build something. And like for me, that's why it's scary for me, because I love hard. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm like, y'all give you my all, my everything, and just to find out that you're not just entertaining me, you're entertaining this guy and that guy, and it sucks that.
But it all goes back to getting to know the person, not the private parts. Yeah. Because with all your respect, they say you can't make a housewife. Well, maybe you can, and if you can, let me know. Let me know. Let me know how it goes, cause shit, I don't know how that goes. Exactly. But hey, it all goes to like what you're doing. You can't be going to the club shaking your ass and try to get a man to take you serious, you know. But then again, let's think about this, ladies. For example, myself, I want a man. Hey, I'm not saying I'm a gold digger, but why would I want a man that doesn't have his life together? Or why would you want a woman that doesn't have any goals or any principles?
No, I feel like, I agree with this, because we see all the day, like, girls will reject a guy that doesn't have this stuff together, or like say he's in the. I feel like this is the.
Don't be babysitting, ladies.
I ain't talking about babysitting, but because I feel like. Because this is my problem. I feel like the place I'm at right now, I can say, I see where I'm going. And I got a vision. But by paper-wise, everybody's like, oh, you ain't got your stuff together. But I'm like this. I would not want to be with somebody that after I already made myself established, because, like, oh, yeah, you stepping into this after I already made it. You wasn't there with me while we were building. While I was building this, you wasn't that support system. I'm like, if you're supposed to be my future wife, I want you to be able to be like, oh, you saw me when we was down in the back part. Like, I got to my good. But I can see what you're saying, but like, I want somebody that's not just because, like, say this, because in life.
But where is she? Do you have her right now?
No.
So then.
That's what I'm saying. But like, that's what I'm looking at. Like, when it comes down to it, I don't want nobody that's gonna come around after I got everything together. Cause say we go bad. Because a lot of relationships in America, they end because money issues, and it's a roller coaster.
It's true, but let's go back to this. So then that means that answers your question.
I'm not ready
for any man thinking this way, you're not ready. Because let me tell you something. Okay. When a man's ready, and I'm not telling you have to go get her that designer shoes, very nice, please. Yes. We like nice gifts. But you don't have to, but hey, you will do everything for your queen. But it's not just a give me. It's vice versa. What is that queen doing for you too? But of course, you want a woman who's prepared. I'm not disrespecting any woman out there, but if you don't have your life together, why would you want that? You want someone that's, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you need to find somebody on the same level, but somebody who's going to make you want to grow, want more out of life. She's going to be your cheerleader. Maybe you don't have a doctor, baby boy, but you know what? You have that emotional support that a lot of men need. Because let's go back to what we were talking also. Now let's just get into culture and religion. Hey, guess what? Men do cry. Men cry and they go through it. Mental health issues, very serious things. It happens. Sometimes I'm not diagnosing myself. I'm not a doctor, please. But I be feeling a little bipolar, like, you know. And I know we're not alone. I know men go through this, but guess what? I know you guys have to play this tough role at times. You know, certain men, because we got some real men out there. No disrespect to nobody. But hey, this shit's real. You gotta learn how to reach. And if you have somebody, it doesn't have to even be. It might just be, hey, that friend that maybe later it's gonna turn into something else, right? Because you have that person you could call and say, hey, you know what? I feel like shit today.
Because I've been through depression myself, and that support system is real important. And back to the part with respect, and going on to that, it kind of ties in. And that's why I feel like a lot of men don't respect certain, like, a lot of these women these days, because they'll tell them something like, when they're down, like when they're going through stuff, and like be vulnerable with them, open up. And the littlest thing for these women, it could be a whole misunderstanding. They could throw that right back in their face, and then like you just airing out the stuff I opened up to you about, which should have been between just me and you. You done told the whole world. Now it's like I can't even trust you now. Like the same thing with their respect. Now the whole thing about respect now, like the respect I have for you just went out the window, and I feel like there's no way to repair that. Like yeah, you thought, oh I'm sorry, I was mad. I was like no, because you could be like if it's between a relationship, it should be between that one person and the other person, not the one person, that person, and the whole world in social media.
But that's the problem we have today.
Yeah.
We air everything out.
Exactly.
Like why but it goes back again, not only respect, getting to know the person. We don't get to know them. Come on, if we start talking to someone at the beginning, of course everything's gonna be peaches and cream, unless he's a serial killer or she is run. Yes. But other than that,
yeah, women, they are serial killers, guys.
They are.
They're sneakier with this stuff than we are.
We got places to hide it. That's what it is.
They poison your pies.
No, you gotta get to know the person. And but what is it? Am I here to tell you, hey, it takes 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? It takes time. It takes time.
I feel like we're in the.
But we don't want to because when you put a man and a woman together, oh my goodness, it's fire.
Fireworks.
There's fireworks.
Yeah, you're right. Cause like I agree because we're in a generation right now where it's the instant gratification generation. I feel like they don't want to wait on nothing. They don't want to work towards nothing. They want, oh, I'm with you. I want everything now. And it's like, bro, my mom don't even know me, and she birthed me. I have to look at it like this. Nobody will completely know you ever but yourself.
And sometimes that's questionable. Like, you never, like,
and I don't even know myself sometimes.
You find out there's people that have been married, like, 60, 70 years, and then they found out, hey, this person had a whole another family, or
exactly.
You never get to know somebody, but hey, that should discourage anyone. At the end of the day is, we're just move too fast and slow down. Get to know the person.
Yeah, because
not their body part. Not their body part.
Not their body part.
Even though it might, it's tempting. It's tempting.
That is true.
Yeah, ladies, be careful. Man, be careful.
But no, like a lot of people be wanting, like you was going back to this. People be wanting a Arabic woman and an Arabic man. But they don't understand that it comes with they just see.
Let me tell you something about dating. Not even dating, being married to an Arabic. If you're gonna marry into the religion, it's like you think that they have them covered. They're women for a reason. They don't want. You're not on social media. You're not on TV. You're not flaunting, hey, I just got this. You might show the purse or the new shoes your husband just got you, But you're not flossing yourself like that. Or, hey, an Arab man, if a real Arab man wants to marry you, he's not going to be showing you to the world. It's just like any other man that doesn't want to take somebody serious. And not only that, like you can mix water with oil, like everything might be love, and this comes from experience. Everything might be love at the beginning, but then hey, when they're not okay with you talking to another man, or they're not okay with you going in public showing this or doing that, or hey, you think not even goes back to the religion. Do you want your woman in the club shaking her ass with all your respect?
No.
Do you, man, really want your women? I know you guys enjoy looking at the ass shaking on TV, but do you really? Let's not even put it. But
what I love about the culture in that religion, they protect their wife. Why? Why would I want my wife to be out there showing her body parts to let them know that she has this measurement? You know? I think overall goes back to that. But then, are you willing as a woman to say, hey, I want an Arab man? Are you really willing to change that?
Ooh.
Are you really willing to
You
turn
give
that?
up, like, what
Because
you
you
give
do
up?
have women that have turned it around. Like, hey, they marry and they convert.
Yeah.
They convert, right? And they follow the religion. But it has to be from your heart, not because you're in love or you're infatuated with an Arab man. And not every Arab man is good, just not like every Christian or every Catholic or every Mexican or every black. You got
You got good and bad in all of them.
and all of them. It goes, I think, goes back to principles. But then again, I like the fact, the teaching of what it shows. I love what Islam shows. You know, the love, the respect, how to treat a woman,
And the discipline.
and the discipline. But it goes back to, do you want to do it? It's choices. God gives us choices. We're not
I think
forced.
that's in life, and that's in life in general. Cause like I feel like as human beings, descendants of God, demigods in my eyes, because if He's a father and He's our father, we are creators ourselves. So I believe we can create anything. It's just that will we do it? Will we can get to that discipline of doing what we supposed to know we got to do to get to where we got to get to, or achieve that goal, or to get to the next level in whatever we decide. And that's really most of our discipline come from religion, like, you know, in general, just
Home.
that faith and that
I
faith,
think your
that
home,
culture.
your home is your first school,
Yeah,
and you know how you grew up.
yeah.
You know, but knowing about God, we all can know about something about God, but
Yeah.
it's following. Like I mentioned, I can't tell you I'm this, I'm really that, because I'm not representing that.
Yeah.
But I could represent the love of God. And for you, it's all about, you know, learning. It's always good to learn. You might be Christian, but hey, you want to learn about maybe Islam, or you want to learn about the cat and compare.
Yeah, because I remember
Get informed.
He was talking about me going to visit Mecca, and he was like, no.
You can't just show up in Mecca. You have to be a Muslim. You have to be like a Muslim to like go to Mecca. Like, you might tell them you are, but are you fooling? Who are you fooling? Like, no, but you have to be Muslim. Do your research, people.
Do your research.
Do your research.
Like, pop up somewhere, then you like.
I mean, right for us. I mean, it's beautiful. The world is beautiful. I think, hey, not only the Emirates or you know, like the Middle East. Overall, it's a beautiful world. America has beautiful sites too. Yeah. You have Florida. We got bomb beaches.
Yes, we got.
You guys got bomb beaches. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Florida. We're lit.
Yeah.
But I agree, man. Dang. So, last question.
Yes.
In order to marry. Like cause I remember you telling me about how it happened with your mother and your father.
You have to be.
Because he didn't convert.
No, you have to. No, there's no way. There's no way a man. It's easier for an Arabic man to marry a woman that's not Muslim, but she could be like Christian.
Yeah.
I mean, they could marry anyone they want, but if you want to follow, like usually, I mean, as I mentioned, do your homework. The culture, the belief is you have to, because once you mix things up, different beliefs, you have a big problem. A big problem.
Yeah, because you got
different beliefs. Hey, especially, come on, if you grew up, an example, wearing bikinis, and all of a sudden you
can't wear that no more.
It's not even you can, because you shouldn't see, but that's how it is. Mm-hmm. Just tell me how many women you see that are showing their bodies. That you know.
But that's like 99% of the world these days. Which it sucks. Because.
Why?
Now it's like I know everything you already.
And are you Muslim?
No.
That exactly, and you have that opinion.
Exactly.
You're saying it. That's what it goes back to. I'm not saying it's a bad thing by
Because,
all
like,
means.
now I look at,
I'm not here to
yeah.
put any woman down. Whatever you make, you make your money. Make your money.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them, but I understand what you're saying. Cause like, I'm like this. If this is supposed to be my wife, like you said, I wouldn't want. I remember I was young, going on spring break, seeing things I never seen before in my life. I was like, dang. I don't want other people to look like that. I understand, yeah, you want to be confident in your body and everything else too, but also it's like they making the society where it's like they want the women to be able to. It's like guys can't have their opinion about stuff, but I feel like at the end of the day, like everybody gonna have their opinion about how somebody else should be, how somebody.
It's choices.
But,
It all comes down to choices, and I think your choice for
Yeah.
you is you don't want your woman to put herself out there like
Yeah.
that. And I don't think it takes you to be a certain religion. It's just your belief, because you have men that they're proud to show their women. Look where the world has come, and by all means, I say you do you, what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like I just found out the other day what the pineapple thing. You have women sharing their wives, their husbands.
Pineapple, wait, pause.
Oh, you have not.
What's pineapple mean?
Oh well, you guys gotta look Google.
No, because I think someone else told me that.
That's another show.
No, I know.
That's another show. What I'm trying to tell you
that.
is the world is really fucked up.
Yeah, wait, pineapple means swingers, don't it?
It's something like that.
Because look, I had my pineapple swimming trunks on at the baseball game the other day when I actually met you. And everyone's like, oh, so you a swinger? I was like, huh? What you mean, swing? I was like, I'm single. I just like pineapple.
I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even pay attention to that. And let's clarify that when we met, it was just because he said, hey, I do a podcast. You know, you got to represent. Hey, he says, you know, as minorities, sometimes we're not looked at. And I said, hey, I'm willing to have a conversation, respectful conversation. And we talked, and that's why we're here.
And it was, honestly, it was a privilege for me to actually hear this. Honestly, I would love to actually get a Muslim man on here one day too. Actually, just to.
You should.
Just so.
I think you know, because I don't want to say like you should really get someone that knows like it's.
I want an Arabic Muslim man because actually my co-host is Muslim. But I do my one-on-ones sometimes. This is my one-on-ones, but like I want someone that came from over there.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why you need someone straight from the source.
Exactly.
Straight from the source.
I want that type of conversation because.
Then you'll get the real information, and it's gonna come from a man's point of view. I think you should get someone that one is married, perhaps, or two that follows the religion 100%. Knows and could tell you, hey, in the book of the Quran and here it says that. Because you have, you know, and I wish I could.
Is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still alive? Kareem, I need you to come on here, man.
You know, you need to, get informed, you know, because as I mentioned, I'm just here to give my opinion, you know, what it was like, you know, living.
I think ignorance comes from when you don't seek the information and you assume.
Yes.
So, I do not want
just find out, get your sources, but get the right sources, because now the internet is just crazy.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere, and you get misinformation, but it's not like doing your homework and getting it from the source. And unfortunately, you know, I'm not the source, but I have witnessed, you know, living with an Arabic man that, you know, I don't want to go into details so much about my personal life. I will tell you that. You know, I don't want to say whether he's here, he's not here. But it was, I will tell you this, it was amazing being with that person. He treated me like a queen, like I've never.
And you treated him like a king.
I want to say that, you know, because I could put myself here and say, yes, I was this, I was that.
But you know what? I think what man will do this for this person if he doesn't ever. You said something like, I already built this. Why would I want? I didn't have nothing. And this man gave me the world. This man would have gave his life for me. You know, it goes back. I didn't have to go to the store if I didn't. I didn't have to. He could just, hey, what do you need? Because a lot of people think, hey, they have their women hidden. They don't want them to know. Why? If I don't have to drive, why should I drive?
Yeah.
You know, surprises like with your favorite perfume, like being spoiled, getting taken out, getting shopping sprees. And it's like, you might say, that sounds like a sugar daddy. No. But I think it's not only a Muslim man or an Arabic man. This is a man that really loves his woman. By all means, if you're making $5,000 a year, please don't go getting her no Louis Vuitton. But if you're capable, if you have the opportunity to treat that, that's when you know you're ready for that woman. And not that that woman is taking advantage or is a gold digger, but hey, if you're taking care of your man, if you're cooking for your man, if you're listening to him, because believe me, ladies, and I'm pretty sure any man could agree to that. You don't want to go at home after a long day, and these words are his words. No man wants to go to a house after a long day of working. Hey, how was your day? Are you hungry? Do I need to do this for you? You know? And like, especially if that person, hey, is not cheating on you. You don't see nothing on no red flags.
Yeah.
It's a give. You know, and it's not peaches and cream because not everything is perfect.
Yeah.
But it's a balance. You know, and it goes back to, again, how do you get that? Respect.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have that. There's no love. There's no way you could have love and not have respect. Being treated like, hey, I don't want my man calling me the B word. And by all means, with all your respect,
Yeah.
you have that's my bitch.
No,
Why would you want to
say this?
like, why? That's another clue. He don't want you.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of ladies, why would you want that?
Yeah.
Or being like, it's okay for you to be second best. Why? Why?
Yeah.
But it goes back to, again, what we were talking about, mental health awareness, you know?
Oh, yes.
Knowing your worth, men and women.
Facts. That is the key. You gotta know what you're worth.
Yeah.
Ooh, shoot. That gave me butterflies. But no, man. Anonymous, I just want to thank you for coming on.
I know, I appreciate you.
I appreciate
Having
you.
me here, excuse my accent, you know, English is, it's not my first language.
English
No, we don't talk more, they're gonna find me, they're gonna know who I am.
Oh,
Stop it.
Hey,
So you can't show my face, you ready?
I'm gonna make this one strictly just a straight audio.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. I really appreciate you and I look forward to you. You really, really need to. And not only, I encourage any man to come up here and talk to you. Hey, maybe you want to talk, diversity is
Yeah.
what's going to get you seen and heard. Because we have, not that I'm against or in favor, but hey, the LGBT community.
I know, I got a couple friends that were part of that community that came in a couple of times.
Shout outs.
Yes, and they're gonna be coming back on soon, and like, I feel like everything.
Diversity,
I want
learning a
everything
little
to be
bit. Hey,
certain.
maybe you need a Caucasian person here come in and say, hey, what it is, because you know they say a lot of things like that. There's no culture. Is there culture?
But look, they put potatoes, they put raisins in potato salad. We don't call it.
Hey, you know what? Latinos, they put raisins and rice too. They like a rice pudding.
I know. I'll taste your rice pudding. Still, I wouldn't eat with the raisins. But
Right, me neither. As a
I'm like,
Hispanic person, I totally disagree
I'm
with that too.
like, why y'all messed up this perfectly good rice pudding?
Right? Why can't, it's just perfect how it is with a little cinnamon powder on top. Leave it alone.
This how you know. I'm not talking bad to white people. I love y'all sometimes, but I love everybody sometimes.
No, we love everybody.
I love everybody, but yeah, just look at how they make macaroni, let you know they ain't got no dang culture.
You know what? You're terrible. I'm not here to say anything. Let me tell you something.
You know what would be the best party? I feel like this. If we have a whole bunch of cultures in one little room, Like, well, for white people,
The United Nations.
The United Nations. I would have the white people bring the games.
The games?
Yeah, the games.
No.
No, the games. Like the
Oh,
games.
like the what?
This is a perfect barbecue. The white people bring the games. I said the black people gonna bring the food because we on the grill wise.
And the Mexicans bring the entertainment.
Exactly, the music and then on the dance floor, cause look, I seen the Arabic men doing their dance and everything.
Oh, they get down.
Hey, have them on the dance floor.
There's different. But see, that's the thing. You will not catch an Arabic, or well, not Arabic, but someone that follows the religion or follows Islam, you're not gonna find a mixed crowd. You're not. They're segregated.
No.
They are segregated. I don't know about any of that.
Yeah.
But I love what at the end of the day, hey, it's always good to learn about different cultures, different beliefs, and just personal experience. I was, and for those ladies, as I mentioned, looking, he say, I want to get me an Arab man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get your feelings hurt.
Nothing wrong with that. But no, I want to also thank you again for coming on.
Yes, Anonymous is.
Anonymous. Hey, y'all, I enjoyed this episode. It was so informational and everything, and I feel like it was just authentic. But like y'all know how I always say, for the closing remarks for myself, dream big dreams, because small dreams have a little magic. And how big would you dream if you know you're going to fail? So I want to thank y'all again for watching and tuning in. Peace, love, and happiness. Peace out.
I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone to take me serious. Real questions that I ask. How long will this solo trip last? I'm content with being alone in the past, but it's changing and it's something I can't grasp. Turn off my phone, I'm in my zone, so now I'm acting different. I'm to myself, I'm in my head, mapping out this life I'm living. Shadow work on myself, I done already seen hell. Can't fit in, so I rebel, but I don't miss a beat. I don't miss a beat.